All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I'm Anuja Kumar and with me is Subhadra Ramachandran. The headlines. Health Ministry says 34 states and union territories witnessing decline in COVID-19 cases and positivity rate. Odisha government announces reopening of educational institutions from Monday amid dip in corona cases. India's COVID vaccination coverage crosses 168 crore 40 lakh mark. ISRO to launch Chandrayaan-3 in August this year. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to dedicate to the nation 216 feet Statue of Equality in Hyderabad tomorrow. Filing of nominations for 6th phase of assembly elections in Uttar Pradesh to begin today. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath to file nomination from Gorakhpur seat this morning. India expresses concern over China's effort to politicize Beijing Winter Olympics. India's Charge d'Affaires not to attend opening and closing ceremony. Top Islamic State leader Abu Ibrahim killed during an operation by US forces in Syria. As the number of COVID-19 cases is rising fast in several parts of the country, we appeal to our listeners to be vigilant and to get fully vaccinated and help others, including children between 15 and 18 years, get vaccinated. With the new Omicron variant of coronavirus causing concern, please continue to follow these 3 simple steps to stay safe. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact National Helpline numbers 011-2397-8046 and 1075. And now the news in detail. The Health Ministry has said 34 states and union territories in the country are recording a decline in COVID cases and positivity rate. Briefing media in New Delhi, Joint Secretary in the Ministry Love Agarwal said 16 states and UTs have achieved 100% dose COVID vaccination coverage and 4 states and UTs between 96 to 99%. Meanwhile, Kerala and Mizoram are witnessing an increase in the number of cases and positivity. The Health Ministry said the present data indicates that unlike evidence during the earlier COVID wave, surgery is safe with the current variant. Those patients who need surgery can go for it, as the new variant is not associated with the higher chances of complications or deaths in COVID-positive patients.
पुराने समय में एक डेटा बताया गया था कि कोविड-19 के जो पेशेंट्स हैं वे कुछ समय तक सर्जरी अवॉइड करें क्योंकि हो सकता है उनका रिस्क एलिमेंट थोड़ा बढ़ चुका हो, लेकिन जो प्रेजेंट एविडेंस अभी इस पर्टिकुलर वेरिएंट में जो नोट की जा रही है कि सर्जरी सेफ है और किसी भी तरह की हायर चांसेस ऑफ कॉम्प्लिकेशन और डेथ से रिलेटेड नहीं है। इसलिए वह पेशेंट जो कोई भी अपनी सर्जरी कराना चाहे, चाहे वो कोविड पॉजिटिव हो, चाहे कोविड-19 हो, उनको हमें डिनाई करने की या उनको रेगुलेट करने की शायद आवश्यकता नहीं रहेगी और वह समय पर अपनी सर्जरी करा सकते हैं।
Joint Secretary in the Education Ministry also briefed the media and said schools have fully opened in 11 states partially for higher classes in 16 states and are closed in 9 states. According to the salient features of the revised guidelines for reopening of schools, states will decide whether schools will be required to take consent of students' parents for attending physical classes. The Odisha government has announced reopening of educational institutions from Monday amid dip in COVID-19 cases in the state. State government said all educational institutions imparting any type of education of the level of class 8 and above, including schools, colleges, ITIs, polytechnics, degree colleges and professional colleges and universities should start physical classroom teaching with effect from February 7. Physical classes for lower classes will begin from the 14th of this month. However, the students will be given the choice either to opt for the online or the offline classes. Attendance in the physical class is not mandatory.
India's COVID vaccination coverage has crossed 168 crore 40 lakh mark. Union Health Ministry said over 94 crore 63 lakh vaccine doses have been administered as first dose and more than 72 crore 38 lakh vaccine doses is given as second dose. It said more than 50 lakh vaccine doses were administered yesterday. The ministry said more than 1 crore 38 lakh precautionary doses have been administered to the eligible beneficiaries so far. Over 4 crore 82 lakh children have received the first dose of COVID-19 vaccine till date. Indian Space Research Organisation ISRO will make its third venture to the moon through the Chandrayaan-3 mission in August this year. This was stated by Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh in a written reply to Lok Sabha yesterday. Dr. Singh revealed that the realization of Chandrayaan-3 is in progress and the mission team is making preparations based on the learnings from Chandrayaan-2 and suggestions by national-level experts. He said the mission-related hardware and their tests are successfully completed and ISRO is all set to launch Chandrayaan-3 in August. This year is expected to be quite busy for ISRO as major projects such as Gaganyaan and Aditya Solar mission are also in the pipeline. ISRO will conduct 19 missions till December this year.
Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath will file his nomination for assembly elections today. He is the BJP candidate from Gorakhpur seat. Senior BJP leader and Union Home Minister Amit Shah will accompany Yogi Adityanath in the nomination process, which will take place at Directorate office of Gorakhpur district. Prior to the nomination, Mr. Shah will address a rally at Maharana Pratap Inter College in Gorakhpur. Senior leaders and star campaigners of different political parties will campaign for their party candidates at different places in the state. BJP President JP Nadda will be in Jalon district, while Congress General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi Vadra will campaign in Ghaziabad district. BSP Chief Mayawati will address a rally in Amroha district today. Samajwadi Party Chief Akhilesh Yadav and President of Rashtriya Lok Dal Jayant Chaudhary will be in Agra district for campaigning. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will virtually address the voters of Meerut, Ghaziabad, Aligarh, Hapur and Noida at 1:30 p.m. today. In a tweet, Mr. Modi said, "The way people of Uttar Pradesh have shown their love for the BJP by embracing development, it constantly inspires us for the progress of the state." The filing of nominations for the sixth phase of assembly elections in Uttar Pradesh will begin today with the issuance of notification. The state will go to polls in 7 phases from 10th of February to 7th of March. More from our correspondent.
The sixth phase of polling will be conducted on 3rd March in 57 assembly constituencies from 10 districts, including 11 assembly constituencies reserved for the scheduled castes. The 10 districts include Ambedkar Nagar, Balrampur, Siddharth Nagar, Basti, Sant Kabir Nagar, Maharajganj, Gorakhpur, Kushinagar, Devariya and Balia. Nominations can be filed till 11th February and the scrutiny will be undertaken on 14th February. The last date for withdrawal of candidature will be 16th February. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, Leader of Opposition Ram Govind Chaudhary, BJP Leader Shalabh Mani Tripathi, Minister in present government Upendra Tiwari, SP leaders and turncoats Lalji Verma and Swami Prasad Maurya will file their nominations in this phase. Sushil Chandra Tiwari, AIR News, Lucknow.
In Goa, campaigning for assembly elections is in full swing. Leaders of various political parties, including BJP, Congress, AAP and Trinamool Congress are making allegations and counter-allegations to woo the voters. Goa will go to polls on 14th of this month. Our correspondent reports that leaders are paying more attention to door-to-door meetings.
While addressing election meetings in different parts of Goa, senior BJP leader and Chief Minister Pramod Sawant said BJP government has spent 22,000 crores rupees for development of modern Goa. Mr. Sawant said if party voted to power, the government will start mining in the state within 6 months. He warned people not to fall prey to the poor tactics of opposition parties, including Congress, AAP and Trinamool Congress. Criticizing ruling BJP, Goa Pradesh Congress Committee President Girish Chodankar said if party voted to power, Congress will form a special commission to inquire into the alleged job scam. Seeking votes in favor of TMC Maharashtrawadi Gomantak Party Alliance, National Vice President of TMC Pawan Kumar Verma promised to uphold the inclusive and diverse culture of Goa. Mr. Verma said the party proposes poised to take institutional steps to preserve the uniqueness of Goa culture and the spirit of Goa. Promising corruption-free government, AAP convener and Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal is exhorting the supporters and workers of other parties, including the BJP and the Congress, to vote for the AAP for the sake of their own future as well that of coastal states. Besides leader of NCP and Shiv Sena, other new parties, leaders of Revolutionary Goa Party, Jai Mahabharat Party, Govincho Swabhiman Party and Sambhaji Brigade are also addressing a series of meetings to attract voters. Krishna Kumar Lal, AIR News, Panji, Goa.
You are listening to the morning news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Health Ministry says 34 states and union territories witnessing decline in COVID-19 cases and positivity rate. Odisha government announces reopening of educational institutions from Monday amid dip in corona cases. India's COVID vaccination coverage crosses 168 crore 40 lakh mark. ISRO to launch Chandrayaan-3 in August this year. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to dedicate to the nation 216-feet Statue of Equality in Hyderabad tomorrow. Filing of nominations for the 6th phase of assembly elections in Uttar Pradesh to begin today. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath to file nomination from Gorakhpur seat this morning. India expresses concern over China's efforts to politicize Beijing Winter Olympics. India chargé d'affaires not to attend opening and closing ceremony. Top Islamic State leader Abu Ibrahim killed during an operation by US forces in Syria. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts.
अपने बिजनेस को बढ़ाने के लिए लीजिए आकाशवाणी का सहयोग और दीजिए उसे बुलंदियों के पंख।
आपका बिजनेस लोकल है या राष्ट्रीय, आकाशवाणी देती है उपभोक्ताओं तक पहुंचने का हर विकल्प।
और अब तो आप घर, दफ्तर या दुकान पर बैठे बैठे कर सकते हैं आकाशवाणी के किसी भी केंद्र के लिए विज्ञापनों की बुकिंग।
आकाशवाणी के विभिन्न चैनलों पर विज्ञापन देना सुलभ और सस्ता।
बुकिंग है तो संपर्क करें 8700014242 पर।
8700014242।
Welcome back to the morning news on All India Radio. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit Hyderabad tomorrow. He will visit the International Crops Research Institute for the Semi-Arid Tropics Campus in Patancheru, Hyderabad, and kickstart the 50th anniversary celebrations of the institute. In the evening, the Prime Minister will dedicate to the nation the Statue of Equality in Hyderabad. The 216 feet tall Statue of Equality commemorates the 11th century Bhakti saint Sri Ramanujacharya, who promoted the idea of equality in all aspects of living, including faith, caste and creed. Mr. Modi will also visit the identical recreations of 108 Divya Desams that surround the Statue of Equality. We have more from our correspondent.
A Vedic philosopher and social reformer, Ramanujacharya was born in 1017 at Sri Perumbudur near Chennai in Tamil Nadu. Ramanuja revived the Bhakti movement and his preachings inspired poets like Annamacharya, Bhakta Ramdas, Tyagaraja, Kabir and Mirabai. He wrote 9 treatises known as the Navratnas and also authored numerous commentaries on Vedic scriptures. Ramanuja liberated millions from social, cultural, gender, educational and economic discrimination with a foundational conviction that every human is equal regardless of nationality, gender, race, religion, caste or creed. His greatest contribution is the propagation of the concept of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which means all the universe is one family. He travelled across the country for propagating his ideas of social equality and universal brotherhood. He spoke of universal salvation through devotion to God, compassion, humility, equality and mutual respect. Ramanuja also appealed for the protection of nature and its resources like air, water and soil. Ravi Kumar, AIR News, Delhi.
The Enforcement Directorate, Edie, has arrested Bhupinder Singh Hani, the nephew of Punjab Chief Minister Charanjeet Singh Chani, in an illegal sand mining case. The agency arrested him from Jalandhar following questioning in the mining case. Edie will question him and 2 of his associates about source of the cash seized. They are also under scanner in money laundering probe revolving around illegal sand mining racket. The agency had raided over 10 locations in Punjab, including the premises of Hani in Mohali. And now let's listen to our special program, Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle.
आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव। Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. Birth of a Nation. India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the struggle every day.
Exactly 100 years ago, on the 4th of February 1922, the Chorichara Incident took place. Gandhiji had launched the non-cooperation movement on the 1st of August 1920. As the movement gathered momentum over the next year and a half, a large number of volunteers became active across the country. In January 1922, the Gorakhpur Congress Committee and the Khilafat Committee urged peasants to lead the picketing of shops selling foreign items. The police cracked down on volunteers and severely beat up some peasants. This incident infuriated the local people. On February the 4th, people assembled in the town of Chorichara and proceeded to picket the Mundera Bazaar, which was close to the Chorichara police station. When the police opened up fire, a volcano of anger erupted amongst the protesters.
Protesters came down heavily on the police. The crowd set the police station on fire. 23 police personnel died and a lot of police property was destroyed. Mahatma Gandhi was shocked by the incident and he decided to halt the non-cooperation movement, which was finally stopped on 12 February 1922.
More than 200 protesters were put up on trial by the British administration for the Chorichara incident, and 6 of them died in police custody. After an 8-month-long trial, 172 people were sentenced to death. This verdict met severe backlash, after which the Allahabad High Court revised its judgment and sentenced 19 to death, 110 to life imprisonment, and the remaining received long jail terms. Today, a Shaheed Smarak stands at the site in honor of those martyrs. AIR News salutes the brave sons of the soil.
We also remember the nationalist leader M.A. Iyengar, Madhabushi Ananthasayanam Iyengar, who was born on 4th February 1891 at Tiruchanur near the spiritual town of Tirupati. Iyengar was drawn into the freedom movement at a very early age. Within his home state, he was one of the leading figures of the Indian National Congress. Responding to Gandhiji's call for non-cooperation, Iyengar suspended his legal practice during 1921 and 22.
Between 1940 and 1944, Iyengar was imprisoned for nearly 3 years. First, for taking part in the individual Satyagraha campaign, and later in the Quit India movement.
When G.V. Mavlankar was chosen as the Speaker of the Constituent Assembly for legislative functions, Iyengar was chosen to be its Deputy Speaker. Thus, when the first Lok Sabha was constituted in 1952, Iyengar was the unanimous choice to be its Deputy Speaker. After the sudden demise of G.V. Mavlankar, Iyengar was elected unanimously to preside over the Lok Sabha on 8th of March 1956.
During his brief tenure as the Speaker of the first Lok Sabha, Iyengar proved himself a worthy inheritor of the high traditions in the parliamentary life. Iyengar was thus the unanimous choice of the House to be its Speaker in the second and third Lok Sabha also. In 1962, he resigned from the post of Speaker to serve as the Governor of Bihar.
Iyengar also remained active socially in the field of education, Iyengar breathed his last on 19th March 1978. AIR News pays tribute to the great leader. That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
स्वाधीनता आंदोलन के दौरान भारतीय जनमानस को उत्प्रेरित कर स्वतंत्रता का अलख जगाने और मातृभूमि के प्रति सेवा, समर्पण और त्याग की ज्वाला प्रज्वलित कर देने वाले अमर गीतों पर आधारित विशेष कार्यक्रम आजादी के तराने सुनना न भूलें। FM गोल्ड 100.1 मेगाहर्ट्ज पर प्रत्येक शुक्रवार शाम 4:45 पर परिक्रमा कार्यक्रम के अंतर्गत आजादी के तराने सिर्फ आकाशवाणी पर।
Best wishes to all consumers for Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Hallmark ensures purity of gold. Always purchase Hallmark gold jewelry. For any consumer-related complaints, please contact National Consumer Helpline's toll-free number 14404. Issued in public interest by Department of Consumer Affairs, Government of India, Jago Grahak Jago.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that he is pained by the mishap at an under-construction building in Pune. In a tweet, Mr. Modi expressed condolences to the bereaved families. He hoped that all those injured in this mishap will recover at the earliest. At least 5 workers were killed and 5 were injured after a portion of an under-construction building collapsed in Pune's Yerwada area late last night. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has expressed pain at the loss in a road accident in Jammu and Kashmir's Kishtwar district yesterday. In a tweet, Mr. Modi said his thoughts are with the bereaved families in this hour of sadness. 6 passengers were killed after the Maruti Eco van they were travelling in met with an accident. The van skidded off the road and fell into a gorge near Nagrena in Kishtwar district yesterday evening.
The main accused of multi-crore scam in Punjab and Maharashtra Cooperative PMC Bank and former director of the Bank, Daljit Singh Bal, was arrested yesterday near Indo-Nepal border in Raxaul, Bihar. East Champaran SP Kumar Ashish said the accused was planning to flee from India through Nepal route. Daljit Singh Bal is the main accused of over 6,700 crore rupees PMC Bank scam. The accused was arrested at Integrated Checkpost of Raxaul following a tip-off from the Economic Offences Wing of Mumbai Police. The Economic Offence Wing of Mumbai Police is probing the scam. 20 account holders of the PMC Bank committed suicide after the scam surfaced.
The Supreme Court yesterday refused to postpone this year's Graduate Aptitude Test in Engineering GATE 2022 exams amid the third wave of coronavirus disease. The Apex Court pointed out that delaying the exams might lead to chaos and uncertainty among students. The court also pointed out that the first and the second COVID-19 waves were different from the third, and in recent times, as many as 20 exams conducted by the government bodies had to be postponed similarly. With a green signal from the top court, the GATE 22 exams will now be held physically as per schedule.
India said it is regrettable that China has chosen to politicize the Winter Olympics. Replying to media queries on reports of China making Galwan soldier the torchbearer at the sporting event, External Affairs Ministry spokesperson Arindam Bagchi said the chargé d'affaires of the Indian Embassy in Beijing will not attend the opening or closing ceremony of the Beijing Winter Olympics.
The Chinese side has chosen to politicize an event like the Olympics. I wish to inform that our chargé d'affaires of the Embassy of India in Beijing will not be attending the opening or the closing ceremony of the Beijing 22 Winter Olympics.
Replying to another query on the torture of a boy from Arunachal Pradesh by the Chinese PLA, Mr. Bagchi said India has taken up the issue with the Chinese side.
In Syria, top Islamic State leader Abu Ibrahim al-Hashimi al-Qureshi was killed during a counter-terrorism operation led by the U.S. Special Forces. An announcement to this effect was made by U.S. President Joe Biden last night. After being surrendered by the U.S. forces, the Islamic State leader blew himself up along with his family members during the raid on Wednesday night in northwestern Syria. Abu Ibrahim had taken over as head of militant group on October 31, 2019, days after Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi died during a U.S. raid in the same area. About 50 U.S. Special Operation Forces landed in helicopters and attacked a house in a rebel-held corner of Syria, clashing for 2 hours with terrorists. Pentagon spokesman John Kirby said that 4 civilians and 5 combatants were killed during the raid, while 10 civilians were evacuated to safety.
In the ICC Under-19 Cricket World Cup in Antigua, 4-time champions India will face England in the finals tomorrow and will be aiming to extend their dominance in the competition. India produced an all-round display to eke out a comprehensive 96-run win in the semi-final against Australia on Wednesday. Captain Yash Dhul led the side from the front and scored a brilliant 110 in the same number of balls to help India pile 290 for 5 after electing to bat first. Chasing 291, Australia were bowled out for 194 in 41.5 overs, with Vicky Ostwal taking 3 wickets, while Nishant Sindhu and Ravi Kumar picked up 2 wickets each.
Indian classical music lovers pay homage to legendary singer Pandit Bhimsen Joshi on his birth anniversary today. As a doyen of Hindustani classical music, Pandit Bhimsen Joshi enthralled audiences through his soulful khayal renderings, bhajans and abhas. Prevailing cold conditions has intensified in Uttarakhand following the rain and snowfall at higher reaches during the past 24 hours. Met Department has issued alert for heavy snowfall in Kumaon region today. Peaks in Chamoli and Uttarkashi districts of Garhwal region has been covered with snow. Normal life has been affected in remote areas of the state.
Now let us take a look at the weather forecast for today. Srinagar will have generally cloudy sky. Temperature will hover between 0 and 6 degrees Celsius. Jammu will have generally cloudy sky. Minimum temperature was 10 degrees Celsius, while maximum will be around 17 degrees. Leh is likely to witness overcast sky. Minimum and maximum temperature will hover between minus 14 and minus 2 degrees Celsius. Gilgit will have overcast sky. Temperature will hover between 2 and 13 degrees Celsius. Muzaffarabad will have partly cloudy sky. National capital Delhi is likely to have generally cloudy sky with light rain or drizzle. Mumbai will have mainly clear sky. Chennai will be having fog or mist in the morning and will have partly cloudy sky later. Kolkata will have generally cloudy sky with a few spells of rain or thunder showers, while Bengaluru is likely to witness mist.
And now an overview of today's newspapers. Leaving it to the states to take a final call, the centre says, schools can open in districts with less than 5% positivity, notes the Pioneer. HC stays Haryana job quota for locals, reports the Hindu, adding, government vows to ensure local employment. On admission for graduation courses to central universities from 2022-2023, the Economic Times reports 70 to 75% weightage to boards, rest to common entrance test. Government getting ready to sell IDBI Bank may keep some stake is a front page headline in the Indian Express. Government likely to refer Uniform Civil Code issue to Law Panel, writes the Times of India. PM to unveil 216-feet Statue of Equality in Hyderabad tomorrow, writes the Statesman. And finally, Hindustan Times reports, after chilly January, Delhi records its coldest February day in 19 years with a maximum of 14.4 degrees Celsius.
And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Health Ministry says 34 states and union territories witnessing decline in COVID-19 cases and positivity rate. Odisha government announces reopening of educational institutions from Monday amid dip in corona cases. India's COVID vaccination coverage crosses 168 crore 40 lakh mark. ISRO to launch Chandrayaan-3 in August this year. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to dedicate to the nation 216-feet Statue of Equality in Hyderabad tomorrow. Filing of nominations for 6th phase of assembly elections in Uttar Pradesh to begin today. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath to file nomination from Gorakhpur seat this morning. India expresses concern over China's effort to politicize Beijing Winter Olympics. India's chargé d'affaires not to attend opening and closing ceremony. And top Islamic State leader Abu Ibrahim killed during an operation by US forces in Syria. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.gov.in. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.